alone. This bar's the place I call my home. I sip the swallow pride. Pretend the moonlight lights by my side. Tell me, was it ever real? Or just a song you used to feel? I still burn. I still ache. I still whisper your name when I break. In this velvet room where memories bloom, I still wait for a shadow to take shape.
Well, happy Sunday, and welcome to Dave's After Hours Trivia Club Live. Step inside the lounge, grab your drink of choice, and settle in, because here at Dave's After Dark, we like to have a little fun, stir up a few memories, and learn something new along the way. We are live here on most Sundays, and sometimes even on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. The doors open, the lights go low, and the trivia flows. Tonight we will have 3 fresh new categories rolled up into one smooth, slightly unpredictable game show. You'll watch our robots paint, I'll serve up the clues, and you, our late night regulars, take your best guesses, as we will first check out the top 20 greatest sci-fi TV series of all time. Then we will visit the dark side with the top 20 most infamous serial killing cases. That should be pretty dark. And we will challenge ourselves, probably have some fun, and we may even learn a thing or two with the top 20 UFO sighting stories. And if you want to stick around for a bonus round and or some late night chat with our regulars, after hours night owls, you can hang around for later on. Now be sure to check in down in the chat. Say hello. Throw out your guesses or just hang with our crew. If I spot a question, I'll do my best to work it in as we go. So I see Doctor is in the house at least, and I think we'll probably have some others straggle in soon. Let's go ahead and not waste any time and fire up that first round. Here we go. Now you guys know the rules. The robots do the painting, you do the guessing, I give the clues. We're going to do the top 20 sci-fi series. So good luck. You know, when we're at number 20, they're a little more obscure, so they start hard and get easier. Okay? A group of strangers awakens on a spaceship with no memories of who they are. King's in the house. Doctor and King. Good to see you guys. Their ship is called the Roswell, and it becomes home to secrets, sabotage, and strange alliances. As they uncover their identities, they realize they weren't exactly heroes before. The show mixes mystery, character drama, and action with a noir tone, which we like around here. Though it was short-lived, it built a passionate fan base who were hoping for more. So a lot of these, the harder ones, are show the whole cast in the picture, so it's a little hard. So you gotta pay attention to the clues for sure. Hey, that's a good guess. Hang on to that one for later, Kate. Incorrect for this one, but good guess. This was called Dark Matter. That sound familiar to anybody? Dark Matter. Dark Matter was based on a comic book by the creators of Stargate. There you go. Dark Matter. Yeah, me neither. Robots. Robots' choice. What can I say? You know, can't live with them, can't live without. Here we go. You know, I should move myself up to the main stage here. Hey, let me make my picture bigger. There, how's that? You can see me now. You can see my new hat better. All right, what are we on? Number 19? A special FBI division investigates bizarre and unexplained phenomena. The deeper they go, the more they uncover a war between parallel universes. Fringe science, time loops, and biotech horrors are regular plot twists. Not X-Files. The show's emotional core revolves around a brilliant but unstable scientist. Maybe we'll all develop a little list of things we need to watch. No X-Files. Warehouse 47. I've never even heard of that either. Its balance of serialized story and episode mystery made it a cult favorite. A cult favorite. All right, these first couple have been tough. This is called The Fringe. Fringe. 2018 to 2013. Fans still debate which universe's version of Olivia is the real one. Sounds confusing. Sounds very confusing. All right, now I have heard of this one, and I have watched this one. So we've got that going for us. 18. After Earth becomes uninhabitable, survivors orbit in space for generations. 100 juvenile delinquents are sent down to test if the planet is livable again. What starts as teen drama becomes a brutal study in survival and leadership. Now, you guys remember this? Because I've seen this. It's good, kind of an interesting idea, right? Yeah, King, you got it. Moral choices grow darker as society tries to rebuild from the ashes. So it's a little bit like Lord of the Flies, right? A little bit. Clark Griffin emerges as one of TV's most complex sci-fi protagonists. I'm familiar with that part. Anyway, yeah, this was called The 100 as you got it. It was around from 2014 to 2020, so quite a while, and it evolved from a YA novel. I don't know. Youth. I guess that's a youth novel. Adaptation into a gritty political thriller. There you go. Okay, we're down to 17. And I think the hardest ones are behind us. We will see, of course. We will see. We've all heard of this next one. 2 FBI agents take on cold cases involving aliens, monsters, and the paranormal. Yes, of course. They're either too hard or they're too easy, right? The show blends freak of the week tales with an overarching alien conspiracy. I'm not sure what they mean by that, but okay. Trust no one, and the truth is out there became pop culture killers. It's responsible for jump-starting the modern supernatural procedural. I love that clue. Procedural. Yes, you guys both got it. It is the X-Files, of course. And little did you know, it actually had 2 runs. It ran from 1993 to 2002, and then was picked up again from 2016 to 2018. Who knew? The show inspired countless series like Supernatural, Fringe, and even Bones. Okay. X-Files, of course. That's certainly on the top sci-fi series list. Robot got that one right. Okay, now I've seen this next one. I don't know if it's on my top list. Humanity is divided between Earth, Mars, and the asteroid-dwelling Belters. I love that. Political tensions explode as an alien technology begins to reshape the galaxy. The series is praised for its realistic space physics and gritty storyline. Its central crew aboard, what's the name of the ship here? Rocinante, navigate conspiracies and war. It's a much about diplomacy and ethics as it is about sci-fi spectacle. Anybody know what this one is? The guy look familiar? You might have seen it. I think is it a Netflix, Prime, something like that. Anybody know? Going once. Going? Oh, Amazon. This was called The Expanse. The Expanse. That sound familiar to anybody? The show was resurrected by Amazon after being canceled on the Sci-Fi Channel. Not a clue. All right, well, so we're learning something. There's a few hard ones. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag. Most of them are going to get easier. I bet you know this one. Here we go. You'll get it from the picture alone. Each standalone episode explores the dark side of modern technology. Whether it's social credit scores or AI relationships, the tone is always haunting. Set in a world just one step removed from our own, the show is chillingly plausible. Yeah. He knows. Can you see the image yet? It's a little abstract. The series excels at uncomfortable questions with unexpected twists. Be careful what you create is an unspoken theme. Okay. Be careful what you create. Yes, Black Mirror is correct. Black Mirror. 2011 until now, they're still making them. How about that? That's a pretty long run. The title refers to your smartphone screen when it's turned off. The Black Mirror. There you go. There it is. There's my cell phone screen. All right, number 14. Okay, so this is the first where you need to be specific with your answer. You'll see why. And then I won't need to tell you again. A Starfleet ship is flung across the galaxy far from home. Led by Captain Janeway, Janeway, the crew must work with former enemies to survive. The series dives into ethical dilemmas and alien diplomacy. All right, there you go. You guys both know this one. Yes, and you'll see why. Of course, I need the specific answer, right? Because Star Trek may make several appearances in the top sci-fi series list. It's possible. Oh, and 7 of 9. A reformed Borg member became a breakout character. Yes, she did. Breakout in my book. It expanded the Trek legacy while staying true to its moral core. Yeah. There's 7 over there on the left, my left, or your left. Star Trek Voyager is, of course, correct. You got it. 1995 to 2001. Voyager was the first Star Trek series to center on a female captain. There you go. Okay. All right, we're down to 13. Hey, Rita's in the house. Rita's almost on her way home. She's still over in Russia. Hopefully she'll be home soon. What's going on? Okay, now I didn't watch this one. Hopefully you guys did. A quirky alien travels through time and space in a blue police box. Don't know what that means. The doctor regenerates into a new form instead of dying. I think I watched it a couple times, couldn't follow it. Yes, King. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure. The show jumps from historical drama to cosmic horror in a single episode. I know. It's weird. Famous foes include the Daleks, Cybermen, and Weeping Angels. I hate those Weeping Angels. Those are scary. Its whimsical style masks surprising deep themes of loss and hope. Sounds depressing. Yes, you have it. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. The show's flexible format has kept it alive. It's been on for 60 years. Did you know it was originally 1963? Weird. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. Now, your first clue on this next one is I've seen the answer on the board tonight already. So there you go. It's a space western where smugglers take odd jobs on the edges of society. The dialogue is sharp, the crew dysfunctional but loyal. The series blends Chinese culture, rebellion, and sci-fi grit. Huh. Though canceled after only one season, fans kept the legacy alive. Okay, so you know, King. I don't know. Don't know. The ship's name, Serenity, says everything about its tone. Okay. Anyway, I guess I'll have to check it out. Sorry. Not familiar. Firefly is, of course, correct. You guys know it. The fan movement for Firefly led to a feature film and conventions. They have Firefly conventions. Yeah, remind me. I may not have got the invite. So I might need a reminder. Now, I do like the next one. It's definitely one of my favorites. Maybe my number one favorite. Maybe. Possibly. Human survivors flee across space after their civilization is destroyed by AI. Yeah, okay. Well, there's your first hint. Trust is scarce, and some enemies look human. The show dives into politics, religion, and identity with a serious tone. Gritty and prophetic, it became a post-9/11 allegory. I never took it quite so serious. Its twisty narrative was bold for early 2000s TV. All right, so anybody remember this one? This is pretty big series. I don't know if there was a movie. Possibly there was a movie. Anybody know? Firefly's good? I don't know. Anybody know this? Going once, going twice. This was Battlestar Galactica. Battlestar Galactica. Now we remember. Its series finale is one of the most debated endings in sci-fi history. There you go. All right, we're going to do better with the top 10. Guaranteed. Oh, Doctor did get it. Good job, Doctor. All right, top 10 sci-fi series. Top 10 sci-fi series. Now remember, we have to be specific. Set before Captain Kirk, this show explores the early voyages of the Enterprise. It blends classic episodic storytelling with sleek modern visuals. Captain Pike leads with optimism and strong moral grounding. Familiar characters like Spock and Uhura are reimagined with care. It's become a fan favorite among new and old Trekkies alike. Yeah, you got it. You got it, Doctor. You got it. Not Star Trek Enterprise, but Star Trek Strange New Worlds is correct. Yeah, there you go. Does anybody remember Captain Pike showing up in the original Star Trek series? He's like the first character that's basically his whole body's inside of a box. Just his head's above the box. He's like a cyborg, I guess. His body is a box. That was Pike, yeah. All right, down to number 9. Now everybody's gonna know this one. Each eerie tale offers a reflection on society wrapped in a sci-fi or horror twist. Okay. Now here's the key clue. This ought to give it away. Rod Serling's intros are as iconic as the stories themselves. The themes range from paranoia to prejudice to post-apocalyptic dread. Yes, correct. Looks like Doctor might have had it first. So yeah, the paranoia episode is amazing, right? With Captain Kirk on the airplane, and he sees the gremlin out on the wing. Yeah. That was scary as a young man. That was very scary. It used fantastical plots to critique very real human flaws. Decades later, its influence still looms large. Yeah, William Shatner. Not Captain Kirk, William Shatner. Sorry. He went up in the Bezos rocket with, he didn't go with Katy Perry, but he did go up in the rocket too. I think he went up with Bezos, if I'm not mistaken. Could be mistaken. Many of its episodes are required viewing in film and writing classes today. There you go. So that's good. All right, we're down to number 8. Top sci-fi series. A military team travels through wormholes to explore other planets. Ancient mythology is reinterpreted as alien intervention. It created a sprawling sci-fi universe with deep lore and long arcs. Yes, it did. Characters like Jack O'Neill and TLC, not familiar, became genre icons. Humor, action, and science all found a balanced home here. Correct. Oh, Doctor, you beat King by a whisker. You guys knew that one. Stargate SG-1 It holds the record as the longest running North American sci-fi TV show. How about that? 1997 to 10 years. It's a long time for sci-fi, I guess. All right, number 8, Stargate. All right, we're down to the top 7. Top 7 sci-fi series in history, according to my robots. You'll be disappointed by the top 2. Early warning. How come we don't have Lost in Space? Warning. All right, number 7. The Enterprise D represents diplomacy, ethics, and exploration. Now, yeah, it introduced the Borg, Q, and many Trek classics. Episodes tackled everything from AI rights to war crimes. Oh, okay. Very clever, Doctor. Now I have to figure out your abbreviation. That is correct. Doctor. It proved Trek could thrive in a new era. I need like an automatic Doctor translator from all his cool abbreviations. You guys are correct. It is Star Trek: The Next Generation, which was a cool series, right? I mean, pretty cool. The series won a Peabody Award for excellence in storytelling. And it ran from 1987 to 1994. The Borg, Q. My God. Okay. Number 6. A silent bounty hunter traverses the galaxy with a mysterious child in tow. Yeah. It brought the space western back to Star Wars roots. Kind of a space western. Kind of, sort of. The series revived practical effects and serialized storytelling. Its tone is gritty but warm, much like its stoic hero. Yeah, you guys know this. Very good. Baby Yoda. Talk about a hot product. Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. Am I saying that right? Grogu became a global phenomenon. Yes, it did. Directors like Bryce Dallas Howard and Taika Waititi brought unique voices to the series. The Mandalorian is correct. Mandalorian, 2019, and still going strong. There you go. All right, top 5, according to my robots. I seriously think the robot just ran out of energy and listed 5 more. Let's see what you guys think. Number 5. This Star Wars spin-off trades lightsabers for moral ambiguity and rebellion. Cassian Andor walks a gray path in the fight against tyranny. Ooh, a gray path. It's a slow burn thriller with a grounded adult tone. We like those slow burners here on Dave's After Dark. The writing is complex, the visuals cinematic, and the stakes are real. Yeah, you guys know. Endor is correct. Very good. It's a war story about ordinary people forced to do extraordinary things. Andor is the first Star Wars series to shoot on real sets instead of digital environments. Okay. You know, I'm not sure I've seen it. Which channel is it on? Is it on Netflix or Prime or something like that? Or where can it be watched? Where can it be watched? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I guess that's easy to Google. We'll ask my robots. All right, number 4. Now this, I have to admit, is a popular series. A group of kids uncovers a secret government lab. And it's a portal to another world. It's soaked in 1980s nostalgia. Yes, it is. From its synth music to its BMX bikes. Eleven's telekinetic powers and shaved head became instantly iconic. This is the strangest looking group of kids I ever saw in my entire life. Top to bottom, strange looking kid. The Upside Down introduced a creepy new sci-fi horror realm. The Upside Down, that's right. Its blend of heart, humor, and horror captivated all ages. Correct. Is it Disney? I don't think it's Disney. Is it Disney? Stranger Things is, of course, correct. It's not a Disney, is it? Oh, you're telling me with a channel. I'm sorry. You're telling me the channel that the other show's on. Thank you. Hey, Mind the Panda's in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Stranger Things. And that is a strange group of children. Who's the mother in that one? She's the actress that had all the problems and then came back, and I forget what her name is. Anyway, I digress. All right, number 3. You know this one. A bold vision of the future where diversity and diplomacy lead the way. That's right. That's right. It was woke before woke existed. Captain Kirk, Spock, and McCoy became pop culture archetypes. It broke ground with its multiracial cast and moral storytelling. Though it was short-lived, its influence is still massive and ongoing. Live long and prosper still resonates decades later. And yes, this is the original series, Star Trek. Who knows the years? How many years and when did it start? Anybody know? Anybody know that? The series was initially canceled, but fan campaigns brought it back. And that's what built the franchise. That's right, only 3 years. That's correct. That's correct. It was all the way back in 1966. Ran from 66 to 69 originally. Star Trek. All right, now according to the robots, they've got these next 2 for the top 2. You know, whatever. Whatever. Number 2. I like the picture. A sci-fi anthology that challenged viewers with cerebral, spooky stories. Its eerie intro warned that we were about to surrender control. That's right. The best part of the show was the intro. I need to do an intro for my show. Like Twilight Zone, it explored deep moral questions using aliens and tech. Often it was overlooked, but profoundly influential in its tone and ambition. It was rebooted and brought new life and a darker modern edge. Who knows this one? Yeah, correct, Doctor. Correct. The Outer Limits. 2 runs. The original series ran from 63 to 65, so way back in the day. And then the reboot ran from 95 to 2002. Gene Roddenberry and other Trek veterans contributed to the original series. The Outer Limits. The Outer Limits. Robots liked it, gotta say. All right, so try to think now, what series have we not included yet? At number 1, this is set aboard a neutral space station where diplomacy tries to keep galactic peace. Now, this is one of these cast pictures, so it's tough to see. A 5-year narrative arc made it one of the first truly serialized sci-fi shows. 5-year narrative arc. Its story tackled war, prophecy, politics, and personal sacrifice. Unlike other shows, it was planned from start to finish. Rare for its time. It was beloved by fans. It's now viewed as a cornerstone of sci-fi TV. You know what? Doctor, did you like it? Anybody like Babylon 5? Babylon 5. Robots obviously like it. Creator J. Michael Straczynski wrote nearly every episode himself. An unheard of feat in TV writing. Control freak. Correct. King gets it as well. All right. Well, that was kind of fun. We got, I don't know what, 75%, 80%. Not too bad. Now, this next one's going to be a little dark. So let's keep an open mind and treat it lightly. Now, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. And I give the clues. We're going to do the 20 most infamous serial killing cases of all time. So a little dark here. And this is both UK and the United States. So, King, I can't remember. Are you from UK? Stuart's not in the house tonight. You would have enjoyed this. Kind of. Anyway, this is half UK, half United States. So I think this first one is US. He was known for many names, including the Gray Man and the Boogeyman. His crimes involved children, cannibalism, and horrific letters to victims' families. Lovely. He believed pain and murder were part of his spiritual calling. Yeah, you knew that. Younger. His acts horrified even seasoned New York detectives of the 1930s. He was executed by electric chair for a murder that barely scratched the surface. So yes, Mr. Albert Fish. Born in 1870 and killed in the electric chair. Executed in the electric chair in 1936. Fish once described himself as having a child in every state. Oh, thank you. I got it done without that fun fact, robots. Thank you. Number 19. Speaking of jolly old England, This couple lured victims into their home with promises of work or shelter. Their Gloucestershire, is that the way you say it? Gloucestershire house contained hidden rooms and buried secrets. They murdered at least 12 women, including one of their own daughters. Huh. Rose continued her crimes while Fred was away, showing no mercy. Their crimes shocked Britain for their cruelty and domestic horror. Yeah, you guys know your killers. King. Fred and Rose West is correct. It gives the date. Oh, the dates. I guess it's the dates of the crimes. 1967 to 1987. Their house at 25 Cromwell Street was demolished after the trial. Yeah, I think that was probably a good idea. Good idea. That would have certainly been a haunted house if they kept it. All right, number 18. Back to the U.S. This is interesting. He called himself the BTK Killer. And if you know what BTK stands for, you can tell me that too. For years, he taunted police with cryptic letters and details of his crimes. He taunted the police. He lived a double life as a church president and a family man. His downfall came when he sent a floppy disk that revealed his identity. Correct. Yeah. Yes. Correct. Bind, torture, kill. Bind, torture, kill. And this is Mr. Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader. His crimes spanned decades before his 2005 arrest. The desire for infamy ultimately led to his capture. Well, we had that. His crimes supposedly were from 1974 to 1991. You guys know your killers. Gotta give you that. You got that going for you. Dennis Rader. You clocked it at number 18. I would have put him higher. But, robots got their standards. All right, number 17, back to the UK. He is known as the acid bath murderer. He believed destroying bodies meant there was no crime. He lured victims with fake business opportunities before he killed them. He dissolved at least 6 victims in sulfuric acid in a warehouse. He kept detailed lists and personal belongings of his victims. Alex is in the house. What's going on? You know any British killers, Alex? He was hanged in 1949 after a shocking trial. This is the guy who liked to dissolve the people in the acid. Yeah, there he is. It's funny. I think this is the Madame Trousseau, the wax museum of him. This is his wax figure. Can't remember his name. His name is John George Haig, or Haig. Hay or Haig? Haigh. Haig. I falsely believed that murder without a body meant no prosecution. Guess he got that one wrong. Next up, back to the USA at number 16. This gentleman is known as the Sunday morning slasher. That was this morning. He targeted women at random. He murdered across multiple states and often avoided leaving physical evidence. Many of his crimes were never formally linked back to him due to a lack of forensic evidence. He was briefly released before new charges finally held him accountable. He is suspected of killing more than 80 women. This was from in the USA from 1974 to 1982. Despite his high body count, many of his murders remain unsolved. So he's confessed to 80 killings, but we don't know all the 80 yet. Not Samuel Little. This guy's name was Carl Eugene Watts. Carl Eugene Watts. There you go. He's a killer. He's a serial killer. 80 women across many states. There you go. The Sunday morning slasher. Next up, back to jolly old England. He set out with a chilling goal to become a serial killer. This guy had the goal to become a serial killer. His victims were all gay men he met at a London pub. He followed a self-made checklist to avoid detection. He confessed to police to gain notoriety. Okay, that's a little crazy. His murders were calculated, methodical, and terrifying. Not Samuel Little, although it's at the previous one. We might be having a little internet slowdown, but that's okay. We're just trying to guess killers. This is number 15 from England. He was dubbed the Gay Slayer by the media. The Gay Slayer. Anybody know? The Gay Slayer from England. In 1993 was supposedly his main crime spree. Going once, going twice. This guy's name was Colin Ireland. Colin Ireland from the UK, 1993. All right, the Gay Slayer. Guess he wasn't that well known. Yeah, it is weird if you haven't heard of him, huh? I hadn't heard of that guy. Now, I have heard of this guy. Back to USA, he terrorized New York with seemingly random shootings. He claimed a demon-possessed dog commanded him to kill. The press called him the Son of Sam, amplifying citywide panic. Yeah, this is the Son of Sam. But what was his name? His letters to police were taunting, eerie, and detailed. His arrest ended a reign of fear that had gripped the city of New York. Anybody know? It is the Son of Sam. How soon we forget. It was 2 years. It was 1976 to 1977. I think it was in the summer for the most part. Close. Not Horowitz, but close. There you go. The King. David Berkowitz is correct. David Berkowitz. Son of Sam. Of course, we all know him as Son of Sam. Berkowitz later claimed he was part of a satanic cult. I don't know why I said satanic. Satanic cult. An unproven theory. Oh, okay. Back to England. I guess we're going back and forth. This gentleman targeted young women, often in broad daylight. His victims included 13-year-old Millie Dowler, sparking national outrage. His case exposed major failures in British policing and press ethics. He showed no remorse, even boasting of his crimes in prison. He is now considered one of UK's most dangerous predators. And we know who this guy is. He looks like a predator. He did. This guy looks like a predator. His crime spree was 2002 to 2004. Killed young women in broad daylight. Yeah, he looks like Fatty Arbuckle now that you mention it. Yeah, King, you got it. King has it. Levi Belfield. Levi Belfield. Media intrusion during his trial led to changes in British law. Yeah, in the British media, you know, what are you gonna do with them? All right, number 12. Yeah, now you may remember this. I remember this was unsolved for so long. Known as the Green River Killer. He dumped bodies near rivers around Seattle. His victims were mostly vulnerable sex workers. He evaded capture for decades, despite multiple interviews with police. Decades. So it was in the news for a long time. DNA testing finally linked him to the murders. Correct. Correct, King. You know your murderers, I'll tell you. Yeah, this guy's got quite the body count. He confessed to 71 killings, though he may have committed more. And yes, Gary Ridgway is correct. Supposedly the crime spree was 1982 to 1998. 1982 to 1988. He confessed to 71 killings. He told investigators killing was his career. He's a career man. All right, well, you know, I guess you would call that a successful career. I guess. All right, number 11. Back to the UK. This gentleman lured young men to his flat with offers of food or shelter. He killed them, then lived with their bodies in the apartment for days. Remains were found in his plumbing when neighbors complained of clogs. It's getting dark again. He calmly recounted his crimes in shocking detail. He was known as Britain's kindly killer for his calm demeanor. He's the kindly killer. Anybody know who this is? His crime spree was 1978 to 1983. Lured young men to his flat. His neighbors complained about the drains being clogged. The kindly killer. Yes, King, that is correct. Sorry, I was busy making up new clues. Very good. King has it with Dennis Nilsen. Dennis Nilsen. His story inspired several TV films and TV portrayals due to its chilling nature. Yeah, I guess so. All right, now this is a weird story. She was a sex worker who claimed she killed in self-defense. Her victims were all male motorists killed with a handgun. Her story challenged public perception of female serial killers. She showed volatile behavior in interviews and court appearances. Now here's the key clue. Her life inspired films and documentaries, most famously the movie Monster. Charlize Theron won an Oscar portraying, Doctor knows his killers. Doctor knows his woman killers. Eileen Wuornos. 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 Charlize Theron. Monster. There you go. Eileen. Little old Eileen. Supposedly her crime spree was 1989 to 1990. She checks in at number 10 on our list. Okay. All right. Back to the UK. This gentleman was dubbed the Yorkshire Ripper. He murdered 13 women and attacked many more. He claimed he was on a mission from God to kill prostitutes. The investigation was plagued by sexism and police missteps. His crimes created national panic and media frenzy. They never do that in England, do they? Media frenzy? He was finally caught during a routine traffic stop. Correct, yeah, shady. Shady knows his shady, guys. Shady King, you guys know this killer. Peter Sutcliffe. Peter Sutcliffe is correct. Public criticism of the case helped reform investigative procedures in the UK. Crime spree was 1975 to 1980. The Yorkshire Ripper. He was on a mission from God to kill prostitutes. There he is. Public criticism of the case helped reform investigative procedures. There you go. Oh, that was a crime close by, huh? Yeah, Shady. Shady's in the house. Shady knows his killers. How about this guy? He entertained children as a clown, but led a nightmarish double life. This guy's classic. He lured young men to his home, then murdered and buried them. He maintained his innocence for years, despite overwhelming evidence. His crimes horrified the nation and coined the phrase "killer clown." Yeah, you guys know this one. Shady knows his killers. Okay. John Wayne Gacy. 1972 to 1978 was his crime spree. Gacy painted from prison. His art still sparks controversy today. Now, that's something we need to look up, isn't it? Maybe I could sell that on my website, on my YouTube channel. Serial killer's art. That's a niche. John Wayne Gacy. All right, we got 7 more killers. Serial killers. Worst of the worst. Number 7. He was only convicted of 2 murders, but became infamous for what police found. let's just going back a bit. His crime spree was 1954 to 1957. He exhumed corpses and used skin and bones to craft furniture and clothing. His crimes blurred the line between horror, fiction, and fact. Yeah, he lived a secluded life in rural Wisconsin with deep psychological issues. Yes, you guys know this guy. How do you know him? Now, is this the guy that they based the Buffalo Bill from the Silence of the Lambs on? It sounds a little bit like it. He inspired countless horror characters, including Norman Bates and Leatherface. Ed Gein is correct. That is how you pronounce it, I think. Gain or Gian? Gian or Gain? I think Gain. His house was burned down by angry locals after his arrest. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Now, this next one's kind of interesting because he was actually never caught. This is the rendering, is what this picture is. He sent cryptic letters and codes to newspapers and police. He claimed to have killed dozens, but was only linked to a handful. Despite massive investigations, his identity remains unknown. His taunting letters included chilling threats and bizarre symbols. Correct. Shady and King. His myth continues to grow through media and unsolved mystery culture. That's right. We're part of the problem right here. Right here on Days After Dark. We are part of the problem. Unsolved mystery culture. One of his ciphers wasn't cracked until 2020. So we've been cracking his ciphers more and more, but we still haven't identified who it is. How about that? His crime spree was 60s through the 70s. And that you are all correct. The Zodiac Killer. Zodiac Killer. Taunted police. I remember, I think I was a teenager when that was going on, and you had to, you were worried. It was the same time that they were hijacking buses and stuff, right? That was a problem. Ruined at least one or two Halloween. Speaking of personal fear, now, I used to live in Southern California, down in South Orange County. And that's where this guy sometimes would hang out. Known as the Night Stalker, he broke into homes and attacked victims at random. His crimes mixed Satanism, murder, and sexual assault. He left pentagrams at the scene and invoked Satan in court. His trial was one of the longest and most expensive in California history. His grin and eerie calm made headlines around the world. Yeah, you guys know your killers. That's all I got to say. Who knows? What was the year of his little crime spree? Anybody remember? Richard Ramirez is correct. Richard Ramirez. Wasn't somehow like his cousin involved or something? I can't. Or was that somebody else? That was somebody else. That was a different killer. Fans sent him love letters during his trial and incarceration. He's a fan favorite. There you go. Richard Ramirez. 1984, 1985 was his crime spree. All right, now this is a favorite of jolly old England. Going back in time a bit. All the way back in 1888. His crimes terrorized Victorian London and created a media storm. He killed women in Whitechapel with surgical precision. And here's the weird part. His identity has remained a mystery for over a century. There you go. Causing trouble with our mystery culture, our true crime mystery culture. The case sparked international fascination and endless theories. He sent letters to the police mocking their inability to catch him. So kind of the Zodiac Killer kind of followed in his footsteps, it sounds like. He's often credited as the first modern serial killer. Well, he's got that going for him. He's often credited. Yes, Jack the Ripper checks in at number 4 on our serial killer list. I think that was a obligatory mention by the robots at number 4. All right, you will know the top 3. You will know them. He used charm, intelligence, and fake injuries to lure his victims. He confessed to killing more than 30 women across several states. He escaped custody twice, which added to his infamy. I forgot that part. He escaped twice. He acted as his own lawyer at a trial and enjoyed media attention. Yeah, you guys all know this one. You guys know your killers, man. You do. You're very good at these. There's something to that. My audience knows their killers. We're gonna have to do more killers. Killers through history. His execution was celebrated by crowds outside the prison. Yeah, there you go. You guys are all correct. Mr. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. Anybody got a guess on what years his crime spree was? Only for 4 years. Bundy once worked at a suicide hotline next to the future true crime author Anne Rule. That's weird. Oh, he worked on the hotline and sat next to the true crime author Anne Rule. Oh, future true crime author. Oh, so she was paying attention to him. Interesting. Yeah, it was 1974 to 1978. Anyway, we're on to number 2. And I apologize. I got hung up. Mr. Ted Bundy. This gentleman's crimes included necrophilia, cannibalism, and disturbing experiments. Nice. Police discovered body parts, skulls, and photographs in his apartment. The photographs don't sound so bad. He lured young men, maybe they were, with offers of money and companionship. His calm demeanor during confession shocked investigators. Yes. You guys all know that. Now he didn't last in prison, right? He didn't last that long. His trial and death sparked debates about insanity and justice. Well, could you imagine being in the jail with him? You know, it's you gotta kind of think that, well, I really don't want to sleep with one eye open the rest of my life. So I can't coexist with this gentleman. It's him or me. You never know when he's gonna do something weird. His story has been portrayed in numerous documentaries and a Netflix series. There you go. Jeffrey Dahmer. Infamous. There you go. Unfortunately, his crime spree lasted quite a while. 78 to 91. There you go. Well, now you certainly know the top one. You certainly know number 1. Most famous. Not necessarily most gruesome, although pretty gruesome. He didn't personally kill most of his victims, but ordered the brutal murders. His followers believed he was a messiah, destined to start a race war. The murder of actress Sharon Tate shocked Hollywood and the world. Yeah, so that movie that did the kind of alternate history on this, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or what's it called, with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. His swastika forehead tattoo became a symbol of his madness. His influence turned the Summer of Love into a nightmare. Anyway, I thought it was kind of curious that it did alternate history on that story. That's unusual. They have in Russia. They have something similar. Interesting. Yeah, MK Ultra. There you go. Probably so, right? Kim, yeah, kimchi. Definitely, I think MK Ultra is definitely a question. So, I think that's a good future category for us. Is CIA, MK Ultra kind of stuff. I think that's an excellent category to pursue in the future. Now, you guys knew your killers. So I don't know if that says something about you or me. Not sure. Anyway, so this next one's going to be different, kind of harder. We're kind of just going to have fun with it and see how it plays out. Okay, so I'm going to fire it up. Here we go. All right, you know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. I give the clues. Now, this one's weird. This is top UFO sighting stories. So, these are pretty vague. You guys are going to try to remember the stories. And I'm going to give you the clues, which might help. And if you know if there's a UFO expert in here, we're going to do okay. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of a trudge. But we're going to learn something. Now, this first one is 2 Iranian fighter pilots scrambled to intercept a strange object over Tehran. Their weapons and electronics failed as they approached the glowing craft. So what we're looking for is just a general item of what UFO incident was this? What UFO incident was this? The object outmaneuvered them and vanished at incredible speed. The case was studied by U.S. intelligence due to its reliability. It's still considered one of the most credible international UFO encounters. So, anyway, there you go. That's how you play the game, Doctor. Exactly right. That's how we play. So there you go. That's all we have to do is just come up with something, a statement like that, and that's correct. This is the Tehran UFO incident. I can ask you about what date it was, but we won't do this one. This was in 1976. And of course, the location is Tehran, Iran. Tehran, Iran. Is it Iran or Iran? I guess it depends on where you live. The incident was officially documented by both Iran and US. There you go. Number 19. I'm going to give you the year to kind of help out here. This was 1989. Thousands of people reported massive, silent, black triangles in the sky. Military radar confirmed unknown aerial objects over. I'm going to leave this location empty because that's the name. Fighter jets gave chase but couldn't keep up with the craft. The lights were bright, structured, and moved without sound. This sighting is widely regarded as one of Europe's most solid cases. All right, we're doing UFOs. Yeah, black. That's a good try, King. Good try. Good answer. Wrong, but good answer. The Black Triangle UFO incident is incorrect. Anyway, anybody know? Mannheim. That was closer to correct, I think. I think that's closer to correct. This is called the Belgium Wave. The Belgium Wave. The Belgian Air Force publicly acknowledged all events. The Belgian Wave. There you go. 1989. UFO incidents. That's what we're doing here. Top 20 UFO incidents. You're going to know some. You're not going to know some. So there you go. Next one is 1967. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's in Canada. Locals saw a glowing object crash into the water near the harbor. The Canadian Coast Guard and RCMP, that's the Mounted Police, right? Royal Canadian Mounted Police, launched an official search. No debris or wreckage from any known craft was ever found. Witnesses described lights submerging beneath the surface. It remains one of Canada's most famous unsolved UFO cases. It's often referred to as Canada's Roswell. Falcon Lake incident is incorrect. Phoenix Light is wrong, but hang on to that answer. This is in Canada. Phoenix is not in Canada, in case you guys didn't know that. So this is the ship, and they said it went under the water. Right? This was called the Shag Harbor incident. The Shag Harbor incident, Nova Scotia, Canada. This is the learning part. Okay, that's the learning part. All right, number 17. Yeah, sorry, the internet's slow tonight. Looks like it's okay on my end, but you know, it's a tricky technology we're trying to do here. Okay. Now I saw the answer. Thousands witnessed a huge V-shaped formation of lights across the sky. The objects moved silently and slowly, defying conventional aircraft behavior. Official explanations failed to convince the public or witnesses. There you go. Wonder Boy's in the house. And King has it as well. And the Doctor. Everybody knows now. Now, did anybody see the Phoenix Lights? I've seen things that kind of look like the Phoenix Lights in Vegas before. But, you know, I don't think it was the same thing. It remains one of the most documented mass sightings in U.S. history. The governor at the time mocked the sighting, then later admitted that he saw it too. What? The event was filmed from multiple angles across the state. The Phoenix Lights. The Phoenix Lights. 1997. All right, we are doing the most famous top 20 UFO sightings. UFO incidents. United Airlines employees saw a disc-shaped craft hovering above gate C-17. I'm changing gates. The object punched a hole in the cloud cover as it zipped away. Despite numerous witnesses, the FAA dismissed the incident. It sparked major debate about airline safety and UFO secrecy. Pilots and ground crews stood by their accounts. Anybody know what this one's called? Anybody know? The story was covered by major news outlets, including CNN and the Chicago Tribune. Well, it must be true if CNN had it, right? CNN ought to go back to UFO stuff, I think. Personally. This is called the O'Hare Airport sighting. In Chicago, of course. Chicago O'Hare Airport sighting, 2006, but not that long ago. The story was covered by major news outlets. There you go. Yeah, doctor. See, you knew. I knew you knew. Number 15. This is in Australia. Australia. Over 200 students and teachers saw a saucer-shaped object land and take off. Wow. The craft hovered over a schoolyard in broad daylight. Authorities allegedly pressured witnesses to stay silent. Decades later, the witnesses still hold to their story. It is one of the largest school sightings on record. Australia. Kookaburra. Very good. No. Some students say military personnel arrived shortly after the incident. I bet they did. Oh, so you know this story, Wonder Boy. Yeah, this is the school one. This is called the Westall UFO Encounter. There you go. Westall. Melbourne, Australia. Number 14. An Army Reserve helicopter encountered a glowing object in flight. This is in Ohio, USA. Not Iowa, not Idaho, Ohio. The crew lost control as the helicopter was pulled upward. The pilot reported that the object stopped mid-air next to them. Bright lights lit up the cockpit, and instruments went haywire. The crew was shaken, but unharmed. And their story has never changed. That sounds weird. Yeah, sounds like an incident. It's one of the few sightings involving active duty military personnel in flight. So anybody know this one? Anybody heard of this one? Sounds like a serious problem. The helicopter was sucked up into the sky and the controls wouldn't work. It's in Ohio. Well, I'm going to have trouble pronouncing this. It's called the Coyne helicopter incident, or Coney. The Coney helicopter incident. C-O-Y-N-E. Coney helicopter incident. There you go. This is the learning part. Once again, a little more learning. There's still a little more learning to do. Now, you may have heard of this one. You may have. Naval ships tracked a fast-moving object on radar near training areas. Pilots captured infrared footage of a Tic Tac shaped craft. This is the Tic Tac. The object had no wings, rotors, or visible means of propulsion. It moved erratically, outpacing top fighter jets. The footage was later declassified by the Pentagon, so we've got grainy footage out there nowadays. Does anybody remember what this incident may be called? This incident helped kick off official U.S. government investigations into UAPs, as they're now called. Yeah, you're correct. You guys know this one. Nimitz is the USS Princeton and Nimitz encounter. I guess both boats were involved. The USS Princeton and Nimitz encounter, 2004, off of San Diego. There you go. You got it. It wasn't the Philadelphia experiment. That's something different. Something different. All right. Now, I was just watching some other YouTube show about this next one. So it's a big one. This next one, Suffolk, England. Suffolk, England, 1980. The U.S. Air Force members saw lights in the woods near the base. Several officers claim they approached a landed metallic craft. One even touched strange symbols on the hull. The event was documented in official military logs. It is often called the British Roswell. Anybody? Oh, you know it. Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy knows his UFOs. He does. That's correct. The Rendlesham Forest Incident, Suffolk, England, the British Roswell. One of the witnesses later published his account as a book. Wow. So there was the motive. If you were skeptical. If you were a skeptic. I'm pretty skeptical, but at the same time, I have an open mind. So I am an open-minded skeptic. Does that make sense? You are correct. Rendlesham. All right, now this one's got a weird name. So good luck. See if you can get it. Happened in 1952 in the United States. Radar operators tracked fast-moving objects over the nation's capital. Jets were scrambled, but the UFOs outmaneuvered them. The sightings lasted for several days, causing a national stir. That would wake everybody up a little bit. The Air Force held a rare press conference to calm the public, to lie to everybody. AKA, this is the 1952. No conclusive explanation was ever provided. So there was something where the radar spotted all these UFOs outmaneuvering fighter jets over Washington, D.C. Yeah, this is Washington. You got it. So the name is kind of funky. The name is the Washington, D.C. UFO Flap. How about that for a name? The Washington, D.C. UFO Flap. 1952. There you go. There they are. The radar guys tracking all those UFOs. All right, we're down to the top 10. We're doing okay. We're making it. We're gonna get there. All right, this one's more classic. Let's see if you can get this one. This was in the USA. I'm not gonna tell you where. I'm gonna let you guess that. It was in 1964. 1964. And this is a police officer saw a strange egg-shaped craft land in the desert. He also reported seeing two small beings near the object. Two small beings. The site had burned brush and impressions, but it left no other physical evidence. Government officials quietly investigated, but made no public conclusion. The officer never changed his story, despite a lot of pressure. Anybody know what this one was? Never heard of this one? The egg-shaped craft. egg-shaped craft. Even Project Blue Book classified the Socorro case, that's the name of this one, the Socorro Encounter in Socorro, New Mexico. Socorro case as an unexplained case. There you go. 1964, the Socorro Encounter. There you go. That was number 10. We're down to number 9. This one's got more of a classic name. This was in 1947. I'm going to tell you, it was in Washington State. Not Washington, D.C., Washington State. And in this one, a man claimed a flying saucer dropped molten slag onto his boat. Now that would get your attention. A mysterious man in black warned him not to talk. Days later, key witnesses died in a suspicious plane crash. Now, this sounds like classic government cover-up. It occurred just days before the Roswell incident. Crazy. Some believe it was the first modern UFO cover-up. Yeah, sounds like it. This was a few days before Roswell, and this was over in Washington State. Anybody know what this one's called? Hey, Kimchi, what's going on? Never heard of this one? This one was called the Maury Island Incident. Maury spelled M-A-U-R-Y. Maury Island Incident, 1947. The case inspired early conspiracy theories and tales of men in black. Because those are the mysterious men in black. There you go. All right, we're down to number 8. So this one's in France, okay? 1981 in France. A farmer saw a saucer-shaped craft in his field. Soil and vegetation tests revealed chemical changes at the site. The French government conducted a full scientific investigation. The case remains officially unexplained, and it's one of the best documented physical trace cases in UFO history. So soil and vegetation tests revealed chemical changes at the site. Yeah, physical trace evidence. The French Space Agency still uses it as a benchmark case. There you go. Anybody know what it was called? It's something that is probably French, pronounced better in French, which I'm not going to do. This is the Trans in Provence case. Trans, T-R-A-N-S, then E-N, in Provence, P-R-O-V-E-N-C-E case. Trans in Provence case. France, 1981. There you go. Part of the learning process going on right here. We just have to be learning about UFOs. Number 7. This is in New Hampshire, USA, 1965. This is kind of the classic heyday of UFOs. Prime time. A teenager reported a large, bright craft hovering near the road. 2 police officers also witnessed the object move silently overhead. The lights pulsed in strange patterns and maneuvered quickly. All witnesses gave consistent and credible reports. The Air Force could not identify the source. New Hampshire, 1965. This one inspired a popular UFO book titled The Incident at, anybody know? not reenacto. No. No. Oh, that you might be talking about the last one. Anybody remember what this incident is called? It's actually the location. It's a place in New Hampshire, and it's called the Exeter. Exeter. Exeter Incident. The Exeter Incident. UFO book titled Incident at Exeter. There you go. Look that one up. There's a book. Incident at Exeter. I ain't making it up. I'm not making it up. None of it. I haven't made up any of it. I'm serious. Number 6. A veteran pilot reported a giant craft shadowing his 747 over Alaska. This is in 1986. The object had multiple lights and was bigger than a battleship. Ground radar confirmed something strange in the area. The pilot was grounded for speaking about it publicly. This remains one of the most credible pilot encounters ever recorded. And years later, the pilot stood by every detail of this account. Anybody remember what this incident was? 1986. This was the Japan Airlines flight 1628. I was expecting you to get the flight number correct. Japan Airlines flight 1628, 1986, over Alaska. The pilot was grounded because he told about it publicly. He was supposed to keep his mouth shut. Oh well. No, okay, top 5. Here we go. We got 5 more. I'm going to make it mercifully to the end. Here we go. Top 5 UFO sightings. A pilot flying near Mount Rainier saw 9 fast-moving shiny objects. He described them as skipping like saucers on water. Reporters coined the term flying saucers from this story. This is all the way back in 1947, Washington State. It marked the beginning of the modern UFO era. The sighting received national attention and sparked military interest. Oh, so Kimchi, I see you got the answer up there from the last one. You knew it. Yeah, and you know this one too. That's correct. The Kenneth Arnold sighting is correct. Very good. Arnold was considered a highly credible witness by investigators. There it is. Cool picture. Not sure that's a picture. I think that's a reenactment. I think. Pretty sure. The Kenneth Arnold sighting. All the way back in 1947. You guys know that one. Everybody knew that one. You guys did good. All right, top 4. Now, this next one's pretty famous. We'll have to talk about Art Bell more in the future, but I used to listen as a teenager. I used to, and probably after that even, I used to listen to Art Bell going to sleep at night. And so I remember this story from the Art Bell show. A couple claimed to have been abducted by aliens while driving home. They described medical examinations aboard a strange craft. Now, the original story is back in 1961. I think they've made some movies and stuff kind of about this. Their separate hypnosis sessions revealed matching details. It was the first widely publicized alien abduction claim. Their story became the blueprint for future abduction reports. Yeah, you guys know this. Wonderful. Yeah. Betty and Barney. The Hill Abduction story, 1961, and that was actually in New Hampshire as well. Their tale was adapted into a best-selling book and movie. There you go. Yeah. Famous Betty and Barney Hill incident. Well, we're down to number 4. They're going to get more famous. We're down to the top 3 now. Here we go. Number 3. This is Montana, 1967. Security personnel reported a glowing object hovering near a missile silo. At the same time, several nuclear missiles went offline. A little concerning. Officers were instructed never to speak of the event. Decades later, former officers went public with their accounts. The case is often cited in debates on UFOs and nuclear facilities. Yeah, this would be like a reason to be concerned. If there's truth to these incidents, this would be a reason to be concerned. Anybody know what this is called, this incident? Congressional hearings on UAPs have referenced this incident. They have referenced this incident. It's a big incident. The nuclear missiles went offline. This is the Maelstrom Air Force Base incident. Maelstrom. Malmstrom. Maelstrom Air Force Base. All right, top 2. I think you know number 2 for sure, which is really number 1 in my book. Reports of a crashed flying disc were quickly retracted by the military. Witnesses claim strange debris, metal that returned to shape and odd symbols. Yeah, pretty good. The Air Force Base called it a weather balloon, sparking decades of suspicion. It became the centerpiece of UFO conspiracy culture. Yeah, of course. This is the Roswell incident. Who remembers the year? Anybody got the year? Did I tell you the year? Nearly every major UFO theory traces back to Roswell. Yeah, number 1 is a little offbeat. Well, you'll see. It's a secret. Roswell now hosts a huge annual UFO festival. It was 47, yeah, Wonder Boy. 47 is correct. Roswell, New Mexico. There it is, Roswell. All right, number 1, according to the robot. Now, man, this fits. We're talking about a UFO incident or a UFO story. This is 2020 to 2023. So this has been going on in the United States. Declassified Navy footage showed fast, unidentified aerial objects. So they started releasing the Tic Tac videos, right? Pilots described objects with impossible speed and flight patterns. Congressional hearings confirmed that UAPs are being seriously studied. The government acknowledged decades of secret investigations. It marked a turning point in public and scientific acceptance of UFOs. So, is this an op? Is this all a CIA op? Information op on the public? That's the question. These revelations led to the formation of an official U.S. government UAP task force. So that's what the item is, really. The item is the Pentagon's UFO revelations and the official U.S. government UAP task force formation to legitimize the UFO story. Yeah, so this is what they were saying is number one. So there you go. Oh, yeah, that was kind of fun. You know, obviously that category doesn't play as pure in the game as some other categories. But at the same time, it was kind of fun, right? It was kind of fun. Wasn't bad. Hey, Rob's in the house. Good to see you, Rob. King's still in the house. Anyway, so big question tonight, guys. Do you guys really want to do a bonus round, or are we gonna call it a night? Your choice. We don't have to do a bonus round, or I'm willing to do a bonus round if you would like. The bonus round, if we do it, will be the top 20 most famous structures in the United States. So, like architectural landmarks in the United States. So King says, yeah, we need one more. We need one more thumbs up to do the bonus round. If I get a thumbs up from Wonder Boy, Rob, Alex, somebody, if I get a thumbs up from somebody, we'll do it. Who's gonna volunteer? I'm still waiting. I guess maybe the internet's slow is what the problem is. Oh, I can't tell, Alex. Is that you saying goodbye, or is that you saying, yeah, let's do it? Oh, Wonder Boy has to go. All right, King, it's only you so far. We need one more. Who else? Who's gonna join King for the bonus round? Anybody? We need one more. Oh heck. King, let's save it for next time, huh? Unless I can get that other one. Let's save it for next time. We'll do this as a bonus round next on Wednesday. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Yeah. All right, you guys have some fun tonight. That was good. I enjoyed it, and we will do it again on Wednesday. We'll play the game. Okay. All right, take it easy. Appreciate it, everybody.
The night